So what I'm going to do is I'm going to present to you guys what I've learned from being in that world, that environment, what the takeaways are for the people down here that I think could really benefit from this perspective that I think is really important. I think it's really important to address this, and it kind of follows, it kind of goes along the lines of darkness, the shadow. Like the majority of people on Earth, or at least in America, that are living unconscious. And I got to work with the people who are hurting those people directly and learn how to do it, and how our brains are working, and how essentially we're being manipulated most of the culture is being manipulated by media. So I was one of the guys doing that stuff, and I would love to bring a perspective to you guys tonight and show you what's up. So, can you help me with a slide, please? Thank you. Cool. All right, so this is a chart. I don't know if everyone can see this, but basically this is just a chart of most popular music genres in 2016 right now. Rock, hip hop, and rap are the top. Dude, that's what everyone's listening to. And just think about rock, hip hop, and rap culture. I think you guys can get a pretty clear visual in your mind what that looks like. I'm talking about Jammin' 94.5. I'm talking about what Nicki Minaj shaking her butt. I'm talking about that kind of stuff. This is what the majority of people in America is consuming. So, and I don't know, countries at the bottom ain't gonna do good. So, but they generally have a positive message sometimes. And what I want to say is, I want to give you this perspective though. People who listen to rap music are not hopeless for transformation. I don't care if they're watching booty shaking and they care about money and cars. It's not their fault. First of all, they were grown up like that. I was grown up like that, and I still like booty and money and cars. That don't change. And I would say I'm doing a significant amount of work down here. So I have a lot of hope for these people, and I want to speak for these people because there's been a great divide that I want to try to seal with y'all. And the reason why people like rap music and hip hop and rock is because it's sexy and it's powerful. It makes us feel good. It makes us feel safe. It's our power centers being satiated. No matter how perverted, it don't matter. It still makes the power centers feel good. And that tends to be where 95 to 99.999% of people are stuck in the power centers. We are, as most people know down here, we are currently raising the vibration to the heart chakra, and we are kind of pioneering that. And see, this is like the heart chakra of America. What a slide. All right, cool. So this is really blurry, but this is the founder of Def Jam Records. Kanye, Jay-Z, Rihanna, Big Sean. This is Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons saying on an interview, "I don't do shit till I meditate." so that's how this dude's able to stay focused, able to do work, able to be the pioneer he is. He is spiritual. He's spiritual. I bet a lot of people probably didn't know that. Can you hit me with another slide, please? So what I want to say is, if only we could communicate within the maps of the identities of other subcultures in our country, we could start to understand each other. What's going on here? This is Ryan Holiday right here, American Apparel Director of Marketing. He's a really important dude. He took the company of American Apparel from just about going bankrupt. They were going out of business. They were not doing well. And he took them and had a crazy idea and said, hey, what if we put a bunch of half-naked girls, really provocative shit that's going to piss a lot of people off? What if we put that all over the walls of our cities? Let's see what happens. And actually what he did was he released these in private to a couple of private blogs, and they went viral really quick because they were so provocative. And it took the company from going bankrupt to a multi-billion-dollar giant in one semester. Back to being a giant in one semester. And what he said, I got to sit down with this guy in a room. And what he told me was, he asked me a question. He said, what are people thinking about, but they're too afraid to try? What is taboo? Do that thing. And then he told me, the safest marketing is most likely to bankrupt you. And there's another quote down here. It's about taking risks and doing things. The problem is not money. It's their attitude that stops them. As a small unknown business, you should have a high risk tolerance because you have almost nothing to lose. That's what I heard from him. This dude is he knows what he's talking about. This is American Apparel, one of the giants. I think I'm gonna listen to what Ryan Holiday says. So, can you hear me with a slide? Thank you. This is the good life. That's what's up, dude. Check it out. We got bras, we got cars, and you can't see this money and shoes. Dude, that's what most people thinking about is that. 95% of people trafficking in power centers, like I said. So what I'm saying is, if most of the world is here, they're thinking about this stuff, and I'm not, a lot of people are here thinking about this stuff. Why not satiate and love these things and not make them wrong and not avoid and bring them into the light, bring them into love? If only we had the message that it's okay for you to be sexual and for you to be abundant, selfish, right? Taking care of the self first, you've got to secure your own mask in the airplane before you secure somebody else's. And powerful, it's okay and I love you. It's okay and I love you. Not you're bad. Not get out of Encinitas because you're toxic. It's okay and I love you. So my question for everyone here is, who wants to start playing a bigger game?
I do.
Yeah? Awesome. Me too. Can you slide me? So, picture. Stop playing it safe on the battlefield. That's the title of this whole topic, I guess. And what do I mean by that? I'm talking about the battlefield of consciousness, the internet, the front lines, where people's minds are right now, what people are thinking about. I want to help you clean your online instruments of expression so you can have more presence and impact. So, what I'm going to say too is, I look at how beautiful each and every single person is here that I've met in Encinitas.
Yep.
And the only thing I'm wondering is, why doesn't the whole world know about it? That's what I want to know. It blows my mind every single day. And I could stand up here and teach you all the tips and tricks and the skills and the formats and the frameworks that the best social media marketers have used in the world, because I was living with Ty Lopez. Who, look him up on YouTube when you get out of there. Ty Lopez, Mark Cuban, Lewis House, Seth Godin. I was in the room with all these people. And what I learned from them was that it's not about the practical stuff. That helps. It's really good to know practical stuff. What it comes down to is, what is your expression? What is your identity? Can you slide me? Thank you. I just went to a health shop a couple days ago. A juice shop. It's called the Mad Beat. And what are they doing? They're doing healthy juice for the majority that listens to people like Drake. Okay? They're bumping Drake in there and drinking juice. So rap beats and yo-yos and good vibes and healthy food. It's genius, man. I love it. I think it's the greatest thing in the world. And it works. It's converting people who otherwise wouldn't be being healthy and acting consciously, even though if they're unconsciously acting consciously, they're bringing them over to the light side. So evolution, man. They're piloting evolution. That's the way I see it. So you want to save the world. Everybody here want to save the world. I want to save the world. I want to do that since I was 16. That's why I'm so angry. I want to save the world. And in order to do that, we got to meet people where they are. And I say we. This is a universal term, so I'm not necessarily directing this at anyone specifically. But we got to, because you might argue, but we got to meet them where they are. We got to be the shepherds, man, and speak to the story that's already in people's minds. That's the biggest thing. One of the biggest quotes I learned in selling is, speak to the story that are already in people's minds. And a man convinced against his will remains unconvinced still. So a lot of the sales techniques today are bunkum. They bunk them because a lot of it is pushy and a lot of it gets people to a sale, but then they get what's called buyer's remorse. And that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about being pushed into buying something or trying something out. without actually being met where you are. I'm talking about something different. So can you give me a slide? Encinitas, high quality people, the 0.01 percenters, I consider. I've never felt more presence and love and connection in my life. I gave up my career in LA to come down here with you guys. But I'm gonna tell you right now, and some people, maybe most people not seeing this, dude, I love you guys. Y'all are being too vanilla. Y'all are being way too vanilla when you get online. When you get online, you'll turn on the camera, you'll freeze up, and it's fine because I used to do like that too, man. But it's just the contrast, man. Like the contrast I see from these beautiful, amazing beings that are weird. Because people from Encinitas, the spiritual hip people, are pretty damn weird. We get online, we get in front of the camera, and people freeze up because there's fear there, there's judgment. I've seen it happen over and over again with the clients that I've worked with. It's tough for people to get over camera fear. So I'm here to help curb the fear of being in front of the camera because I think it's the most important thing we can do right now. And I'm opposite, man. When I get in front of people, I feel like I want to throw up. But when I get on the camera, I'll go for days. I actually had to practice quite a bit to get up here and speak in front of you guys. I normally don't speak. So I'm an introvert too.
You are?
I'm an introvert. I have spent most of my time in a basement working with highly executive and successful people online, and I've learned a lot about how that works. So the best thing I can say is come out of your shell. That's the best thing I can say. This is really, I guess, more of a motivational speaker. I'm going to get to the practical stuff. But get out of your shell, and so be weird. So how weird can you be? That's my question. How weird can you be? Great, that's awesome. How weird can you be? And also holistic. I think there are like some blind spots here, especially with dude, because I've seen some things in this community, and I see that there's money here too, man. There are people driving nice cars. There are people living in mansions. There are people that have all the same shit that the Hollywood people in LA have. All the same luxuries, all the same safety, all the same security. But it seems like when I go online that y'all don't have that stuff. And like it's wrong or something. I'm not saying that that's what anyone believes, but I'm seeing that piece missing in the messages here. And a maxim of the universe is 99.999% of people are asleep. You can look it up. It's actual statistic on Google. And they're concerned about survival and reproduction. Am I going to be safe? And am I going to be sexy? Are people going to want me and like me? Am I going to be able to get a girlfriend or a boyfriend, a husband, wife, whatever? Those are the most important things. Everybody's stuck in the damn power center. So if you don't bring them to the heart, like you want to bring them to the heart chakra, right? That's what I'm trying to do. We want to bring people up. But neglect to satiate the power centers of people, you lose, man. You cut. You off the team because we gotta move up through that stuff. We're going to meet people where they are. So I had an idea for a t-shirt for Encinitas, a new slogan for Encinitas. Maybe this wouldn't go over in Encinitas, but how about I fucking love you? How about that? Because I love you, it's up here, fuck is down here. So it's integrated, man. It'll be a bestseller in New York City. I'll tell you right now. Okay?
Do it. I'll buy it.
Yes. All right, we'll sell them. Can you give me a slide? Oh yeah, I'm right there. Can you slide me again? I want to get to my. Oh, okay. I'm missing slides. Anyway, the point was that was my graphic for whatever. I get on a roll and I don't stop. And I'm running out of time. I'm trying to pick cool stuff. All right, I want to give you a tip. Can you slide? Do it again. We're gonna skip that. Boom. All right. So what is this? This is dopamine, folks. This is a drug in your brain. This shit don't matter. That's what the thing is. This is the trick of the mind. It's a veil of Maya right there. Cars is all bullshit. What it is it's drugs in your mind. So what these neuroscientists that I have worked with have figured out is you put this crap in front of people, and it releases things like serotonin, oxytocin, dopamine, vasopressin, all this stuff in their brain, and it makes them make a decision because we're making emotional decisions and we rationalize it with logic. That's the damn truth. So. It doesn't matter. That stuff don't matter. That's the point that I'm making here. And this is a very useful thing to understand about human psychology. That you can play with people's minds. You can essentially manipulate people right? Because everyone's being manipulated. Because if you want to go to this restaurant, but your spouse, whatever, wants to go to that restaurant, and you convince them to go to this one, you just manipulated them. So there's just like varying degrees of manipulation. I say let's manipulate people into a higher state of consciousness. That's all. So if I got to do that, if I got to buy a Lambo and put it in my video for someone to, there it is.
Yeah.
The king of Lambos, man. This is a smart dude. He got 145 million views on YouTube right now.
Wow.
Since 3 years ago. He only been on YouTube for 3 years. Look at him. Look how smart this guy is. Look, first of all, I got to drive those cars with him. It was pretty fun. And pointing at the cars, and what does he got behind him? Books. So what he says is knowledge. He says it just like that too. Knowledge will get you a Lambo. Okay, how about connecting a source will get you a fucking Lambo? How about that? Because you can create whatever you want when you're tapped in, man. Like what kind of world do you want? And then they find out all about obliterating love and all that shit by accident. But that's not the point. So, smart dude, really smart guy, and now he's able to affiliate with other entrepreneurs and make a bunch of money. So, let's zip around here. Okay, so I'm just going to end here. I'm going to go to the very end. And I'm just going to say that you can have... Oh, that's my... I was going to talk about my different archetypes and stuff, but forget that. You can just go to the last one. My point is, you can have the good life. We can tell people, the message can be you can have the good life and be connected to God too, and be sourced, and heal the planet, and have love and light. And there ain't no rules, man. There's no goddamn rules. We're in a sandbox, okay? Nothing goes, everything goes. We're all gods, we're all creators. That's the point. So there's no struggle. The struggle's up here, it's in the mind. Alright, got it. Does anybody have a question or something to add? And it's fine if you don't.
So are you here to make film or
Yeah.
make?
I get thank you for that. Thank you for that. So So my actual professional background is movies. Like I think Betsy mentioned too. Director of animation at DreamWorks. I've been doing music videos, commercials. I actually built Ty Lopez's YouTube channel. I forgot to mention that. So like, I was the producer. I was hiring. I was manufacturing and weaving the fabric of all these kinds of content that were, messing with people.
So do you currently help people to build their YouTube channels or help them with their own social media?
Yes, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you build an image and help you implement this knowledge that I know. Because I know it's one thing to hear it, it's another thing to implement it. And I have just a background in history, and I've integrated this knowledge, and I know how to apply it and apply it to people's businesses so that they can have, hopefully, 142 million views on the YouTube channel in 3 years.
And are you still making films or filming?
Yeah, I'm still doing documentaries right now. I'm actually producing one right now for a potential cure for addiction, which is really cool. Cure for addiction. It's really cool. You can talk to me about it after if you guys want. It's really cool.